It's January 2024 and it's really friggin' cold out where I'm at, which makes carpentry quite difficult to do. However, I cut most of my firewood last winter that I'm going to need for my upcoming winter, which frees up some of my time. And I'm having a lot of fun here doing carpentry on the blockhouse. So I've been trying to test the limits of what I know how to do carpentry-wise and see if I can build some hidden doors here in the shed. That'll cordon off my front area of my shed where our sight windows are from the main area where I'm just going to have tools stored. I started with a bookcase that I made, and now I'm going to build another door that's going to sit next to this, which is going to be 48 inches wide in total. And then we're going to build a false wall, and we're going to somehow try to mount these doors in position where you can't really tell that they're doors. They're going to look just like shelves here in a wall. No idea how I'm going to hinge this yet or how this is going to work out, but that's the fun of carpentry. Give it a try and see what you come up with. Our floor's all in on this section. And if you recall, the reason we have a step up here from the floor was that this addition wasn't in the initial plans. And the grade of the land underneath here slopes up to meet the corner over in here. And so all I had to do was run a log out here and set it on a rock, and this was already built up for me. So it took a lot of extra effort on this side. We had to build out a rock foundation that came out and around that corner. But our platform is here. Our floor is in place. Now we're going to start with our false wall. And we'll start with a 2x4 on either end, running from here up to the ceiling there. I just got to take that measurement and make my cut, and then we'll start from there. First board slid in right underneath this roof beam here. And now we've got to get the level on it. Straight up and down this way. Okay, here we're straight up and down this way. We want to make sure our wall is straight. So that looks good right there. All right, I'm going to try to get a nail into this log here. This would be the widest diameter log along the wall, and so we have to butt up against it. I usually leave my first few nails out a little bit in case something goes wrong with what I'm doing, and I can always back my nails out and change my design plan. And we also need a nail down here at the base of this to keep it from going in or out either direction. There. Now our first post is in place. Okay, our span this way is 81.5 inches. I've allowed 16 inches in on either side for our second post to go up. That takes away 32 inches, which would leave 49.5 here in the middle. My two shelving units are going to be 24 inches each for 48 inches. And I'm giving myself 1.5 inches of play in the middle for the swing of these doors, not knowing how these are going to swing exactly or be hinged. I want to allow a little bit of room so that when they open and close, I ensure they can get past one another. And I'll finish that off, I think, at the end with some trim, maybe in between the two. So next, we're going to put in our second upright right here at the 16-inch mark up to the ceiling, and then we'll go to the other side and do our two over there. Second post worked out great for us. It came just to the inside of our roof beam up here where it's level up and down. So we've just got to get this banged into place now. Okay, I'm pretty happy with how things are coming along so far, so I'm going to drive this one down in, and then I cut a spacer block to go in between these two. There it goes. Okay, now I'm able to move my bookshelf here, and I can nail this stud into this here piece to try to keep that steadier, because right now we just have a little nail in the front of each of those. We'll probably do another cross piece midway up and another piece at the top there. And that aligns everything now on this side. 92 inches tall. Our third post just went in place, and we got really lucky where it hits up against this log as well as the roof log up there, and it's straight up and down in both directions. So we just have to tap that into place in either of those spots there, and that'll be secured for now. And then we can step in our 16 inches and we'll make our measurement to the ceiling, and we'll cut our next 2x4 that's going to run up here. It's nearly dark out. I'm not afforded a lot of daylight hours to do my work this time of year, so we're going to leave this part of the project right here. We'll probably come back to it on another video, and I'm going to go home for the night and do my other shelving unit for this side of the door, because before we put in our cross piece up here, I'd like to have my other shelving unit in place, and that way I can level something right across the top of the two of them. After that, we'll get into boarding it in and hinging it on another video. Okay, before we end part one, we're about to put together our second door on our badly dog damaged floor. Anybody who owns dogs will understand what's happened there. Our materials have already been cut to length using a circular saw, and we're about to piece everything together now. Starting from the bottom to top, we're going to put a shelf at every 12 inches. We're now going to drill 4 holes above each line. That's going to allow our nail to come through into our shelf. And we just try to eye this out based on the thickness of the wood. Next, we just have to line up our shelves above each of the lines that we put here on either side. And we've got our holes pre-drilled. We're just going to nail these in now. I knew I wanted my doors 24 inches wide, so I cut my top and bottom piece at 24 inches. Each of these are 0.75 of an inch, in which case these here came to 22.5 wide. got a piece here that's a little bit twisted. So I'll try to bang in the bottom corner where it lines up better with that side. And then we'll work our way up with our nails and try to shape this into place. So right now I'm going to put my pressure on this. Okay, I've ran out of pine and I need one more shelf along here. I may also support each shelf with another piece in between. That'll come down the road. The main bones of what will become our door, though, you can see how we put it together. And now on our next video, we should be able to show these getting mounted into place.